Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, how are you doing today? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we would like to present about the content analysis. There are three speakers here. The first is Nenden Srifugia. She would like to present about the definition of the content analysis. And then the second speaker is Muhammad Nazaruddin Ashidi. He would like to present about the conceptual analysis. And the last is Siti Wulan Asih. She would like to present about the relational analysis. This is very important to watch because the content analysis will guide you to how to conduct or to analyze the textbook. So please watch carefully and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. For the first speakers is Nenden Srifugia. Time is yours.
Well, thank you so much for Mr. Najaruddin who has given me time to explain about our material today. And yes, our material today is about content analysis. Well, in today's presentation, we have divided several main parts. There are, as you can see here, introduction to content analysis, and then the second one, conceptual analysis, and the third, relational analysis. Okay, for further explanation, please take a look to the definitions of content analysis. Well, here there are two different definitions from some experts. The first one is from Halsey, 1968. He stated that content analysis is any technique for making inferences by systematically and objectively identifying special characteristics of messages. Yeah, this means that when we analyze the content or the text, so we need the procedure or the method or the technique to analyze in a detailed way or a complete way. Thus, we can take some messages and some meanings from the content itself. And then the second definition is from Berelson, 1952. He stated that content analysis is a research technique for the objective, systematic, and quantitative description of the manifest content of communication. Well, this means that it is a kind of instruments that focus on the actual content and also internal features of media. So, based on the definitions aforementioned, I can conclude that content analysis is a research tool that is used to determine the presence of the certain words, themes, or concepts within some given qualitative data. It means the text or even sets of the text. And yeah, regarding to the text here, there are the text in the content analysis are in the form of books and in book chapters, essays, interviews, discussion, newspaper, headlines and articles, speeches, conversation, and many more. Well, now let's move on to the next explanation. It's about the sources of data in the content analysis. There are several forms such as interviews, open-ended questions, and then field research notes, and then conversation, and also literally any occurrence of communicative language. For example, such as speech, and then conversation, books, articles, and so on. So, ladies and gentlemen, by using content analysis, the researchers can analyze and quantify the presence and also the relationship of words, themes, or concepts. Okay, now let's move on to the next explanation. I'd like to talk about uses of content analysis. Well, here there are 5 following lists adapted from Bell's 1952. He offers more possibilities for the uses of content analysis. The first one is reveal international differences in communication content. Well, it means that, for example, in the current issue in the international interest is about global warming. So different countries communicate this issue in different way. Some countries, for example, African, will see this pandemic or this issue because of the developed countries. Meanwhile, the developed country view that issue in a different way. And then the second one is detect the existence of propaganda. For example, when the candidate president is giving his campaign speech, he may say some words that are not true about his rivals. In order that he can be the winner in the hearts of the people. So he is misleading the people and hidden the truth from the people. So in this context, the study also helps the researchers to analyze how the media treat different issues in social and also political. And then the third one, it can be identified the intentions, focus, or communication trends of an individual, group, or institution. Well, it means that when carrying out the content analysis, you will be able to tell the aim of a given communication. For example, when we have a conversation or an interview with someone, so we can make out the hidden information. And then the fourth, the content analysis can be used to describe attitudinal and behavioral responses to communications. For example, it means that by studying people reaction or comment about an issue, you will be types of content analysis, namely conceptual analysis and relational analysis. Yeah, for further explanation, it will be explained by my partners. So time is yours. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Nazaruddin Ashidik. How are you today? I hope you are always being well. Now, I would like to continue the presentation entitled The Content Analysis. As the continuation of the Nenden Srifugia presentation, this part I would like to explain about the conceptual analysis. As we have known before, there are two methods of the content analysis. The first is conceptual analysis, and then the second is relational analysis. And the relational analysis would be explained by my friends. She is Siti Wulan Asih. In the conceptual analysis explanation, I have divided into two parts. The first is method of conceptual analysis, and the second, steps for conducting conceptual analysis. The first part, I would like to explain of a method of conceptual analysis. Look at the side. In my side. The method of conceptual analysis begins with the identifying research questions and choosing a sample or samples. It is similar with the another research. We have to prepare the research question. It is similar with the how we conduct the content analysis. And I would like to take one of the example. The content analysis or ELT textbooks analysis comes from Meita Fitriani. She conducted the research entitled "When English Rings the Bell." And she have taken some research question, and I would like take two research question. The first is, what are the themes of each unit of the textbooks? And then the second, does each theme of each unit could cover the communicative language teaching goal in terms of the newest curriculum for the 7th junior high school level? Once chosen, the text must be coded into manageable content categories. Those research question is what we have to focus on. We can take the manageable content categories from those research questions. And then the process of coding is basically one of selective reduction. After we have known the codes for we analyzed the ELT textbooks, we can do the reduction. We can do the selective reduction. Everything that is unuseful, we can reduce, we can omit. And the function is, by reducing the text to categories consisting of a word, set of word or phrases, the researcher can focus on and code for specific word or patterns that are indicative of the research question. We can omit the phrases, words, sentences if we don't use it. We can take all terms, all things that it is useful or indicative to our research question. Take a look this slide. Those are the steps for conducting conceptual analysis. There are 8 steps. This is the general information, and I would like to explain it detailing. For the first steps for conducting content analysis or conceptual analysis, it is the first decide the level of analysis, whether word sense, phrase, sentences, or themes. And then the second step is decide how many concepts to code for. Develop predefined or interactive set of categories or concepts. Decide either A, to allow flexibility to add categories through the coding process, and B, to stick with the predefined set of categories. I would like to explain two things here, or two options here. For the A explanation, allows for the introduction and analysis of new and important material that could have significant implication to one's research question. It means that we have to prepare it. We have to we are able to flexible in making the category based on our running research, our running analysis. We open the book, we read, and we can analyze this step by step. We can analyze this from beginning till end, and we can flexible to make the category. And the option B allows the researchers to stay focused and examine the data for specific concept. It means that we prepare the concept, the specific concept, and we during we analyze the textbook, we can take all things, all terms, all words, phrases, or sentences that we can analyze this and select them to our specific concept. Thus, we have to make specific concept, take it to our specific concept. We prepare it, and then the next step is decide whether to code for existence or frequency of a concept. The decision changes the coding process. What is the decision? This is the explanation. There are point A and the point B. Point A, when coding for the existence of a concept, the researcher would count the concept only once if it appeared at least once in the data, and no matter how many times it appeared. And we as the researcher don't know how many matter, because we analyze running way when we analyze the LT textbook. Maybe the data more bigger or not. And the point B, when coding for the frequency of a concept, the researcher would count the number of the times a concept appears in a text. The researcher prepared, and we can make some number of concept, and it is as a consideration, it is a measurement. When we decide 5 concept, we can analyze the textbook and take it all things that indicative to our concept. Next, the fourth step is decide on how we'll distinguish among concepts. The researcher must next decide on the level of generalization. Example, whether concepts are to be coded exactly as they appear, or if they can be recorded as the same even when they appear in a different forms. For example, expansive might also appear as expansive. We have used our accuracy. We have used our maybe our cleverness to choose to distinguish the terms, the same terms maybe. For example, the expensive, it can be different with the expensiveness. And then the next step, develop rules for coding your text. After taking the generalization of the concept into the consideration, a researcher will want to create translation rules that will allow him or her to streamline and organize the coding process so that he or she is coding for exactly what she or he wants to code for. The meaning of the streamline here, we have to have the purpose of evaluation when before, during, and after taking the data collection. And then the fifth is decide what to do with the irrelevant information. The researcher must decide whether irrelevant information should be ignored or used to examine and or alter the coding scheme. As I have explained before, we can omit the research, the terms, maybe whether it's words, phrases, or something that we cannot use again. We can actually we can decide the irrelevant information before. We can take it or ignore it. We take it, it means we can re-examine all the omitted things, the omitted terms. Okay, let's continue to the 7 steps. Take a look. The 7 is code the text. Coding the text. This is very important. Coding is the process of organizing and sorting the researcher data. It is very important because we can make it organized and sort like what our planning previously. Code the text. This is done either by hand, for example, reading through the text and manually writing down concept occurrences, or through the use of various computer programs. So we have 2 methods to code the text. The first is manually, maybe for the previous researcher before they were knowing the computer, and in this era, in this modern era, we can use the computer because the computer is very it will make our task easier, and then examine the hug data, wider range of the text, quick and efficient, of course. And then the 8 steps, or the final steps, is analyze your coding. Once the coding is done, the researcher examines the data and attempts to draw whatever conclusions and generalization are possible. This is similar with another research that when in the qualitative research, method research, maybe we can you know that if the data analyzed, we have to make it in the conclusion and make it generalization as possible as well. As possible you can, of course. And then this is the final steps. For the next method, or maybe to more fully explore the relationship that exists between this concept, one must turn to relational analysis. The relational analysis would be explained by my friend Siti Wulan Asih. Time is yours. Thank you. This is my presentation. I hope it is very useful, especially for me and generally for us. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the time. My name is Siti Wulan Asih. Here I will explain one of the kind of content analysis. This is relational analysis. Relational analysis goes one step further by examining the relationship among concepts in a text. Relational analysis also begins with the aim of identifying concepts present in the given text or set of texts. However, relational analysis seeks to go beyond presence by exploring the relationship between the concepts identified. According to Palmquist, Carley, and Dale 1997 state that relational analysis has also been termed semantic analysis. So in other words, The focus of relational analysis is to look for semantic or meaningful or relationship, rather meaning is a product of the relationship among concepts in the text. According to Carly 1992 asserts that concepts are ideational kernels. These kernels can be thought of as symbols which acquire meaning through their connection to other symbols. So generally, relational analysis is a technique that used explore the relationship of identified concept in the text. The function is for looking the correlation within the text. Next, this is the subcategories of relational analysis. Actually, there are 3 subcategories of relational analysis. The first is effect extraction, the second is proximity analysis, and the last one is cognitive mapping. I will explain one by one of them. Effect extraction. Effect extraction means an emotional evaluation of concept explicit in the text. And then proximity analysis. Proximity analysis means an evaluation of the occurrence of explicit concept in the text. And the last is cognitive mapping. Cognitive mapping is a visualization technique for either effect extraction or proximity analysis. And let's move on to the next slide. It is about general step for conducting relational analysis. There are 6 steps for conducting a relational analysis. The first is determine the types of analysis. The second is reduce the text to categories and code for words or patterns. The third is explore the relationship between concepts. The fourth is code the relationship. The fifth is perform statistical analysis, and the last is map out representation. For determine the type of analysis, it means if once the sample has been selected by the researcher needs to determine what type of relationship to examine the level of analysis. For example, analyzing the word, analyzing the sense, analyzing the word sign, analyzing phrase, analyzing sentence, and analyzing themes. And reduce the text to categorize and code for word patterns. It means that the researcher can code for existence or meanings of words and explore the relationship between concepts. Explore the relationship between concepts means the researcher can take once the words are coded, the researcher can be analyzed the strength of relationship, the sign of a relationship, and also the direction of relationship, and code the relationship. Code the relationship, it means the differences between conceptual and relational analysis is that the statement or relationship between concepts are coded. And perform statistical analysis. Perform statistical analysis, it means exploring the differences or look for relationship among the identified variables during coding. And the last is map out representation. Map out representation is such as the decision mapping and meta models. And okay, I think enough. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your nice attention. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.